Asian giant hornet. Vespa mandarinia kills more people every year in Japan, on average, than shark attacks kill worldwide. And its venom isn't even the most potent among hornets. It's just the biggest, and biggest turns out to be more than enough. This is the Asian giant hornet, the largest hornet on the planet, with queens stretching past 2 inches long and a stinger a 1/4 inch in length that delivers more venom per hit than almost anything else that flies. The venom attacks the body in more than one way at once. A neurotoxin plus compounds that break down muscle tissue and cause hemorrhaging under the skin. And researchers have documented actual tissue necrosis at sting sites in medical case reports. One frequently cited estimate from a Japanese medical researcher puts the death toll in Japan at around 40 people a year, though other studies report numbers as low as 10 and as high as 50, depending on the year and how the data was collected. The clearest documented event happened in China in 2013. Over a 4-month period, stings from this species killed 42 people and sent more than 1,600 to the hospital, according to a peer-reviewed study of that outbreak. Bees aren't spared either. Entomologists describe a 2-stage attack on honeybee hives. Hornets scout individually at first, then return as a group to overwhelm the colony's defenses completely. When the species turned up in Washington state in 2019, entomologists didn't panic about people. They panicked about the bees. Oriental hornet. Vespa orientalis does something researchers haven't documented in any other animal. Scientists at Tel Aviv University noticed something strange about this hornet's behavior. While most wasps are busiest in the early morning, this species gets more active as the sun climbs higher, digging harder into its underground nest the brighter the day gets. When they examined the hornet's outer shell under a microscope, they found grooves and pigment layers that function similarly to a solar panel, absorbing UV light and generating a small electrical charge inside the cuticle. It's not powering anything dramatic. The voltages involved are tiny, but it's a real measured photovoltaic effect happening inside a living insect. So far, it's the only animal researchers have found doing this. Lesser banded hornet. Vespa affinis is, on paper, the least impressive-looking hornet on this list. Mid-sized, unremarkable colouring. Nothing that screams largest or deadliest. And yet, across parts of Sri Lanka, Malaysia, and Southeast Asia, people who've actually dealt with it will tell you it's the one they're scared of. Part of the reason is where it nests low, on tree branches and in bushes, right around head height. So even a small disturbance can set off the whole colony at once. Medical literature has recorded stings from this species causing kidney failure, heart complications, and in some cases death. One widely cited report ties 7 deaths to the species in a single year, 2018. A separate peer-reviewed case study documents one of the first scientifically confirmed pediatric fatalities from any hornet sting, and it involved this exact species. It's not the biggest name on this list, but in the places it lives, it's treated as one of the most serious. Yellow-legged hornet. Vespa velutina got into Europe by accident, arriving hidden in a shipment from China that landed in France back in 2004. One fertilized queen was apparently all it took. 2 decades later, the species has spread across more than a dozen European countries, and beekeepers are the ones paying for it. Unlike hornets that raid a hive once and move on, velutina workers hover directly outside the entrance, picking off returning bees one at a time in mid-air, for hours at a stretch, until the colony weakens. It's now formally listed by the European Union as an invasive species of concern, and while it's not typically aggressive toward people, its sting has been linked to fatal allergic reactions in individuals sensitive to it. No viral nickname, no record-breaking size, just 20 years of steady spread that started with one queen nobody noticed. Southern giant hornet. Vespa soro spent most of scientific history as basically a rumor. It's the sister species to the Asian giant hornet. Same size, same group hunting behavior, same underground nests, but native to the warmer forests of Vietnam, southern China, and northern Thailand, where almost nobody was studying it closely. That changed in 2019, when a single queen turned up in Vancouver, thousands of miles from where the species is supposed to exist. Nobody fully knows how she got there. What researchers do know, from nests they've since collected and studied, is that soarer colonies tend to grow larger than their more famous relatives, because the tropical climate gives them more months of the year to keep building. Same apex predator playbook, just with a lot less research behind it. Greater banded hornet. Vespa tropica specializes in something the rest of this list doesn't. While other hornets go after bees, humans, or whatever wanders too close to the nest, this one raids the nests of other social wasps, tearing into their paper combs and hauling off the larvae to feed its own colony. There's a documented case of a single Vespa tropica worker capturing and killing an individual of a completely different hornet species. Its venom carries an enzyme called hyaluronidase, which researchers describe as a spreading factor. It breaks down tissue so the rest of the venom moves through the body faster. Most predators in the insect world have to worry about getting eaten themselves. This one built part of its survival strategy around eating other predators.